I am Doomsvince, and this is day 48 of Spawn Year.
I feel I owe Al Simmons an apology. I've made fun of him relentlessly for his apathy, for his lack of forethought and deductive reasoning. I've called him a 5-year-old. Spawn has free will, and he has over and over again refused to exercise it, choosing to blame the deal he made with Malebolgia for his poor decisions and the way he's chosen to live his life, even while Malebolgia himself has done very little since he returned Spawn to Earth 6 months ago, except chastise Violator for his incompetence and cackling maniacally, being cryptic about his plans for Al, who he swears he picked for a really good reason, to no one in particular. I must empathize with Spawn, for our plight is the same. Both of our lives are dictated by this comic book. I must read it, and Spawn must live it. I certainly don't like Spawn much of the time, but that's hardly his fault. When nothing a protagonist does adds up, when he's a former top CIA assassin who now has no common sense and is incapable of piecing anything together on his own, the problem isn't that the character is an idiot. The problem is that the comic book wants him to be that way. Hell hasn't done nearly as much to Al Simmons as this writing has. Every major revelation Spawn has learned, has he uncovered any of it on his own? No, they've all been handed to him, and many are developments any thinking, reasonably educated person, no CIA experience required, could deduce on his own, and a lot sooner than Spawn is spoon-fed it. And without fail, no matter how obvious that revelation is to the reader, Spawn is dismayed, nay, shocked to his core. This issue, Spawn finally discovers that Jason Wynn was responsible for his murder. Cagliostro, fed up with Spawn's utter cluelessness, taps Spawn's forehead, and he has a full-page spread eureka moment. Apparently, despite remembering former CIA contacts, Wanda, Terry, Chapel, Malebolgia somehow withheld that one major part of Spawn's former life away. Who his boss was and everything about him. Spawn's been so slow on the uptake about everything else, it never occurred to me he was still missing memories about Wynn or anything else. I really thought he just hadn't put it together. And as usual, since this book refuses to give its protagonist or its reader any credit, we're expected to continue to be invested in what happens to Al because the bad guys are out to get him, and that's supposed to make him sympathetic. And because all these incredible things are happening to or for Spawn, like his costume evolving, as Cagliostro reveals 7 years before it's supposed to. Here's an idea. Why can't our hero be special in his personality and character, along with the big mystery about why hell chose him? Why is the reason I should care the mystery at the center of this story? So Jason Wynn, per Clown's instructions, sets things in motion to start tampering with the people Al cares about. He makes a huge donation to the children's center Wanda works for, and gets the IRS off Grandma Blake's back about her late husband's pension, which they've been trying not to pay her for some reason. We aren't told yet how throwing a bunch of money at them fits into Wynn's master plan yet, but speaking of giving the reader no credit, intrusive narration boxes appear like internet pop-up ads, telling us in both instances that Wynn is behind this. Like a long shadow, Wynn's presence creeps into the lives of Terry and his family. We have plenty of information to deduce this for ourselves. No need to hold our hands. There's already an enormous guardrail here, thanks. Meanwhile, Chief Banks goes looking for Spawn after Sam Burke foolishly makes it obvious deliberately that he's investigating Banks for hiring Billy Kincaid. Banks is, of course, working for Wynn, and they conspire together in using Kincaid's services, and Wynn tells him the information Sam has on him must have come from Spawn. So Banks goes to the alley looking for Spawn, finds him, and when Banks mentions the incriminating file related to Kincaid, Spawn nearly goes ballistic at the sound of Kincaid's name. Now, I'm starting to really wonder if I missed something. I'm still confused about where Spawn got that file in the first place. We saw him get files on Tony Twist, but regarding the files he brought to Wynn and Sam and Twitch, he called those bluffs, and since the information is clearly real and damning, I have no idea what that means. But if he had an actual file on Banks somehow, why didn't he read it, and how would he know it's incriminating if he didn't read it? Is it a magic file that displays the truth in political or legal language? So Spawn's costume gets away from Sam and Twitch in the alley, who try to arrest Banks and Spawn at the same time, and still don't trust Spawn, even though they still have every reason to. Heaven forbid Al actually progress the story forward due to his own conscious decisions. He's a super Spawn now, so he gets to get out of jams through no fault of his own. At the end, he goes to Jason Wynn, finally deciding to kill him when he had every opportunity to do just that the last time he was in this office. And if he had only the observational skills of a 5-year-old, he would have already done this. But Terry walks in and pulls a gun on Spawn, having to protect Wynn because he works directly under him now. So now we're pretty much right back where we were at the end of the Hunt arc that finished with 24, except now Terry's working with Wynn instead of being hunted by him, Sam and Twitch aren't making any sense, and Spawn realizes what he should have known last time he was this close to Wynn. That passes for progress in this book. Spawn, I really am sorry you're trapped in a universe designed to keep you forever stupid. And as I feel the size of my own brain contracting with each issue, I fear the same fate may be befalling me as well. Signed, Captain Logan.